Welcome back. We have Phil Wiles and James Pruitt with us, and
go ahead. I'm just looking.
They're Ozark
wood
they're wood turners, and they've got an Ozark wood turner show coming up. When is the wood turner show coming?
It's going to be on November the 13th.
Okay.
And it's going to be from 9 to 5 at the Van Meter Center, Senior Center in Mountain Home.
Okay. All right. That's all the time we have.
Oh, that's it. That's what it's going to be. Because obviously you can see that we don't have much to show off. In fact, Stevie, you have got to kind of zero in. I was expecting a bowl or two, quite frankly, gentlemen.
Well, we can take the other and store it if you want.
But this thing right here, look at this thing. That is absolutely. Now, he assured me he could make this in 15 minutes. So if you want one and he doesn't have enough available, he can crank one of these things out in 15 minutes. That's what he told me.
That's awesome.
Isn't that beautiful?
It is awesome.
And this clock, all that's done on a lathe.
Yes.
You put all this down on the lathe and then this thing back behind it.
Yep.
And what about this? I mean, do you do individual pieces and then glue this together?
You glue individual pieces together on the portion of the project that's already been done. And you have to have a protractor to line them up and everything. And most of the time takes whatever time it takes for the glue to dry. Okay. That one article you have in your hand will take me 4 or 5 days, but I have to wait till the glue dries.
Oh, so it's 15 minutes worth of work before 5 days is dry. We determined that it's 15 minutes worth of work for everything we do. And look at this little gorgeous thing.
So the lid is.
I know, I'm trying to be careful because I have dropped things. Remember I dropped the jewelry not too long ago? But there's the lid comes off.
What's the function of this article here?
It's just an art piece.
Just
decorative.
a nice piece of wood turn.
Art piece.
Yeah.
Decorative.
Do you ever break a piece that small?
Not very seldom. It does happen at our show and tell. Occasionally we might have something. But
I guess you use wood that's pretty strong.
Yeah,
when you turn.
try. Stable.
I'm looking at everything.
Oh.
But you can get your, what are those little blade things called?
Chisel.
Chisels. When you get your little chisels, you can get those off a little bit and nick a place.
You try
that
not to.
happens.
Try not to.
Yep.
Yeah.
That happens. So it's not like these things are just like, see, look at this. Isn't this beautiful?
The biggest trick of this stuff is using the right wood. Is that not right? And having really good sharp tools.
Sharp
That's
tools.
part of it.
Yeah.
You got to know what you're doing, and you
I-
got to be careful.
Now, if it was me, I'd go out and get a 2x4, a pine 2x4, and try it. And that's probably the wrong thing to do.
No, that's okay.
Oh, really?
For practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
For practice.
Now, what are your best woods? I mean, like, what are some of these woods? Like this right here. This is like a vein wood.
Okay,
What is this?
that is spalted holly.
It's
And
what?
Spalted holly. It's
Spalted holly.
Hollywood, yeah.
and
Hollywood.
It is Hollywood.
holly.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Do you need a harder
That's-
wood or a softer wood to do this?
you can use either. You use them softwoods with softwoods if you're putting segments, or hardwoods with hardwoods. You try and it's easier and works better that way.
Okay.
Now, is this a hobby for you guys, or is this an income
Hobby.
too?
It's mostly hobby.
Yeah.
We've got 2 or 3 turners in the club that go to shows and sell a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's mostly just a hobby. We enjoy it.
We
What was the attraction for you guys in the beginning to do this? I'm sure you've been doing it a while, right?
Well, not really.
Really?
No.
Okay, not really. You picked it up last week, did you?
Well,
Yeah.
I started turning bowls and stuff about 4 years ago.
Really?
And
Now, did you carve before or anything like that?
I have done some carving. I didn't care for that, but I've turned spindles like pen and pencil sets before,
Yeah.
but that's nothing compared to what you get into.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these things are just really intricate and require some very careful turning.
Is there something that's out of your range right now that you'd love to do? Is there? I'm sure there's magazines that you look through and say, "Oh, man, I wish I could do that."
Yeah, we're always looking for something new to try. You know.
For a challenge. You're looking for a
Yeah,
challenge. Yeah.
Phil's one of our newer turners. He joined the club a couple of years ago, and he's far and above everyone else in the club right now.
Wow.
So, but he turns a lot. You know, he gets up at 4 in the morning and turns
starts turning.
10 at
Just
night.
starts turning?
You know,
Is that therapy? I guess at 4 in the morning when you can't sleep, you say,
When
"I'm
you
going to go
can't
turn."
sleep, you
Yep.
may as well go to work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, let me
Mark-
ask you another question. Do you take naps?
Yes, sometimes.
Okay, right. Are bowls the most common? I mean, like turning and
vessels, I would
Vessels.
say, rather than bowls, because vessels comprised of vases, lidded objects, boxes, bowls. You've got two basic turning methods. You've got bowl turning and you've got spindle turning. And some of those are joined together, like the little box you have there on the corner that's got the finial in on the stand. See, that was turned as a spindle and also as a bowl. Bowl meaning cross grain.
Yeah, and because sometimes I've seen, and they'll move it, or it doesn't sit like my pencil set I made once upon. It just spun, and I just took the little chisel and kind of worked it up and down until it got skinny enough. It really wasn't that difficult. So this stuff, is it freehand or is this always stationary, and the only thing moving is your chisel?
No, the wood turns. The chisel is stationary.
So the chisel's stationary, but you're holding the chisel.
Right.
Well, yeah, you're
in your
moving it
hand.
to get the curvature
Yeah,
and
that's what I
stuff.
say. You're moving it around.
Moving it around.
Yeah, but this is like strapped into a lathe, and the lathe just spins like this. There
Right.
might be an occasional person home that doesn't have a clue what turning is. It's this gizmo people, and the thing just spins just like this, right?
Yes.
That's
We'll
right.
be doing demos.
Now, do they spin slower and faster?
You can adjust the speed
Okay.
up or down.
So that, depending on what you're making.
The larger the item, the slower the speed.
But
Okay.
he made a comment there, they're going to be doing demonstrations.
Yeah,
It's
at
probably
our
the best thing to do is have people
At our
invite
show.
them to come out. And where's the show at now? Again,
It's at the, go ahead.
It's
Van
at
Meter?
the Van Meter Senior Center in Mountain Home in Cooper Park.
in
When?
Cooper Park.
And it's going to be again on November the 13th
Okay.
from 9 to 5.
9 to 5. Free admission?
Free admission.
Free admission. Okay.
Free admission.
And you get to see some of the turners there doing their actual work.
We're going to have about 4 turners doing some demonstrations.
Workshops where people can ask questions and
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Because some
the
people are
biggest
going to
part
say,
of it.
this is a cool hobby, but how much does it cost me to get started in it? I mean, to buy a lathe and do all that
Lathe
kind of
and
stuff.
tools, decently, it's going to be right at $1,000.
So it's
That's
not,
not
a
very much, really.
No,
when you
not
think
for a
about it.
lifetime
Yeah,
hobby.
really.
That's also just the beginning.
Just
That's
the
it, yeah.
beginning.
I mean,
Because
sure
you've got to
you're-
buy your wood. You don't just go out in the woods and pick stuff up.
Oh, yeah, you do.
You do?
Oh,
you
yeah.
just go pick wood
You
up?
know the big ice storm we had a couple of years ago?
A
boy.
bonanza,
We're
was it?
still working on that stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I know there's a place in Springfield I have been to with a friend of mine, because his father turns and does stuff like this. And we went one year and he wanted wood for Christmas, and we went up there and purchased.
Wow.
Oh, it was.
He was happy, I'm
all
sure.
kinds of beautiful Brazilian this and everything from black wood to.
Yeah.
That was expensive stuff.
Some of that stuff is imported and very expensive.
But
Some
you
of the
can just
ebony
pick
cost
up-
$80 a foot.
Wow.
Whoa, you don't want to mess up on that one.
It's kind of scary.
Kind
The
of.
candlestick there is off the North Fork River.
Oh, it is. Now,
It's
what
a-
type of wood is this? Can you see that?
That would be your spalted sycamore.
A sycamore, just plain.
It
Whoa,
floated
get
up.
out here somewhere. I hope we
Yeah.
can see it all.
It floated up onto my property and I cut it.
Really?
and turned several pieces out of it.
Good.
That's
Oh,
what
how exciting! I love this. We need another ice storm so you men can load up some more.
No, I think there's-
goodness.
No, I
Listen
think
to
really
them.
we'll forego the ice storm.
Yeah. I didn't know. I mean, I thought it
Oh,
had to be
yeah.
a certain kind, but you can just turn a stick in your yard into something that beautiful.
That's,
You
yep.
can.
But you
That's-
probably need to come and
wow.
talk to you guys and see the techniques that you're using, because there's an art to it.
We have mentors
Okay.
that we teach all the time.
You guys meet monthly as a club or something?
Yes, we do.
And practice together, or you just come show what you've been doing?
We do have demonstrations at the club meetings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you have your meetings at?
We have our meetings in Lakeview at the Civic Center there
Okay.
behind the City Hall.
And what time of the month?
It's on the third Saturday of the month from 1 to 3.
Okay.
Okay.
And we generally have a short meeting and a demo, and we have refreshments, and we have camaraderie, and
Cool.
we have a show and tell.
Good.
Yeah.
Like we have a table, and the guys have turned stuff, they bring it and they talk about it. It's made out of this, and this is how I did it.
Well, if
and
they
stuff
come
like
up with
that.
a new technique or something
Yeah.
like that.
We've
or
got a fabulous library. It's got books and
Oh, cool,
videos
yeah.
and tapes and everything, all about turning.
Oh.
Good.
We also offer a basics of wood turning course for new beginners who want to learn how to do that, or maybe to decide whether they want to be a wood turner or not.
Okay.
So we do that, and we have dues of $20. That's way up there, right? $20 a year, you know. And at every one of our shows, we have an annual show, and we always get 4 or 5 new members.
That's good. Good.
So
the show that you're coming up, the Ozark Woodturner shows, again, tell the people that just walked in the room where it's at and the dates.
I will. We have a show once a year. This year's show is going to be on the 13th of November, which is on a Saturday The admission is free, and it's going to be from 9 until 5 at the Van Meter Center in the Cooper Park in Mountain Home.
All right.
And we'd like to offer an invitation to every one of you
Everyone.
to come.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's open to females too, isn't it?
Some
Absolutely.
of the best
Some of the best
turners in the world
turners are female. Good, good.
Yep.
That's good.
Wonderful.
James, Phil, thanks so much for being here, and we appreciate you bringing all this great
Beautiful
artwork for us
stuff.
to look
Beautiful
at.
stuff.
Well, thanks
And
for having us.
You bet.
You are
we want
welcome.
you to we want you to come back again. Open invitation.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thank you.
much. We'd like to thank everybody that's been on the show today. Thank you
Including
so much,
me and
Sam.
you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
We've
I've
been
had a
on the
big
show.
time. Today's been a great show.
Had a great time.
Had a big time.
And we'll see you again next time.
Yeah. Next week.